Good morning, UUMAN. My name is Sasha Granbuell, and I'm the worship associate for today. As a member of this congregation, on behalf of Reverend Dave Dunn, Director of Religious Exploration Lexi T. Brown, our music director Alex Peach, my fellow worship associates, the dedicated technical team that is making today's live stream possible, and our lovely greeters, I would like to welcome you to Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North congregation, which we lovingly call UUMAN. UUMAN is a liberal faith community with the mission to nurture our spirit, strive for justice, and transform the world. No matter who you are or where you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. For any of you visiting us for the first time, I would like to welcome you to the service, and I'd also like to welcome all of those visiting us through the virtual live stream. If you are visiting us for the first time and feel comfortable doing so, please feel free to stand up, introduce yourself by telling us your name and where you're from so we can worship with one another as friends. Are there any first-time visitors that feel comfortable introducing themselves on my left? Any first-time visitors on my right? Okay, so now we'll move on to some announcements. The UUMAN board will be available immediately after the service, before second hour and during second hour in Fellowship Hall, Room 2, to discuss the departure of UUMAN's administrator and bookkeeper. I have 3 announcements from social justice. First, civic engagement will absolutely determine the future. Georgians may have the last word. Rosie the Riveter wants to acknowledge your work with a picture on the wall. If you're unfamiliar with this project, please see the details in the foyer or Ann Bender for assistance. Second announcement, at next week's multi-generational religious exploration activity, the younger ones will learn about the electoral process by voting on the name of our new playscape. And the third announcement, next Sunday, September 29th, please plan to join a town hall meeting during second hour with the Southern Poverty Law Center. This topic is protecting democracy beyond voting. Speakers include a representative from the SPLC and our very own Jennifer Philippi and Troy Vanderbeek. For security reasons, you must register for the event. See the link in the calendar on our website. And now an announcement from Donna Melcher.
The children play, appreciation flows every single day. We drum for what's to come, a playhouse reborn, under the magnolia where dreams are sworn. Thanks to Kelly, Miranda, Arnie, and Richard too, for sanding and sealing and seeing it through. More help needed, come join the crew. Talk to Kelly, counting on you. Michael, Martin, Miguel, building with care. All the world's a stage under the magnolia's flare. World painters needed curtains to hang. Talk to me, let's make it sing. Richard, Nina, the choir at the music hall. Don Rose helps with splish splash, standing tall. John Burkhart stepping down, thank you for your lead. New leader needed, let our rhythms proceed. Talk to me if you're ready to help. Bob Pop and the kayak ministry, let's succeed. Amy, Jennifer, Carla, helping our young vote. Our trees. Kathy Bruce creates the signs, precious quotes. Lexi, much gratitude as you move away. For our e-duties, come what may. Fall funding, photo op, there's still time to sign up. Read your email, or Kelly on the portico. We walk together, steady and strong. Our envisioned space where children belong. Parents of UUMAN and Primo, we call. Help care for this space, one and all. Talk to me, let's work as one. Love in the center, the rhythm has begun. Steady, steady, we walk together. For our children with love, we drum forever.
We have several adult enrichment offerings during second hour, and they are listed in your printed order of worship, along with the next following weeks for the youth RE schedule and some upcoming events. And now, let us greet one another in a hand of friendship.
Welcome, archaeologists. Or should I say, welcome, aspiring archaeologists. Maybe someday you'll be cutting-edge archaeologists when you graduate. This morning, these intrepid souls, this year's archaeological graduating class, the class of 4024, will show you how it's done. Graduates, your mission, should you choose to accept it, uncover this ancient thing known as AI, artificial intelligence. Using the tools you have at your disposal, we need you to find and explain the significance of this most ancient of technologies. The field is yours. Let us begin.
See if I can read this ancient language.
Turn it right side up. It says Metro Atlanta North.
Hey, what do we have here? This might be artificial intelligence.
Whatever it is, it looks important.
Maybe this is the Metro Atlanta North's chalice, one of their sacred symbols.
It looks like something is stuck to the bottom of it. Let me see. It says Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North chalice lighting words. To be read while lighting the chalice. But that's all it says. The rest is wrong.
What should we say? What are you asking me for? How would I know what to say?
I'll make something up. Let's light it as we say these words in unison. Maybe something will happen. In this sacred gathering, may the joyful find space to praise.
In this sacred gathering, may the joyful find space to praise.
May the inquirers feel safe to question.
May the inquirers feel safe to question.
May the lonely find the touch of a friend.
May the lonely find the touch of a friend.
May the singers be given a tune to sing.
May the singers be given a tune to sing.
May the lost discover the way.
May the lost discover the way.
And may we all experience the touch of the Holy Amen.
And may we all experience the touch of the Holy Amen.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
It's kind of nice, though.
Can't you feel it centering us?
What's a Unitarian Universalist?
Sounds like a cult or something, like an alien life form.
Hey, what's this?
I found one too.
Here's a third!
Maybe this was one of their secret symbols as well.
I've seen one of those before. I think it's called coffee cup. Coffee? Coffee was outlawed over 1,500 years ago.
Do you think people were addicted to it?
Looks that way. It probably led to the downfall of their civilization.
Maybe they were dangerous rebels, partaking in banned substances.
This looks important. What does it say?
What is it?
It says something about Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. I can't quite read it, but it says, Harvest Mom.
We interrupt this not-so-special broadcast production of Archaeological Anarchy to bring you this special announcement.
Harvest Mom? Wait a minute. Maybe it says Harvest Moon and auction?
What does that mean? Have you ever heard of that?
What are you asking me for? How would I know what the auction is? I've never heard of such a thing. Have you?
No. Never.
Snap out of it, ladies. Get back to 2024. Auction. Hello, annual auction. You've been to it. You've chaired it. You've both chaired it multiple times.
Let me guess. We're gonna chair it again.
Yes. Yes, we are. And we're going to do it with joyful hearts. Introducing the Election Distraction Auction 2024. And boy, do we have a lot of work to do.
Hard work is good work.
Now, back to 2024.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now. There's a big election coming up in 2024. We're all working hard to get out the vote.
So when Sunday, November 2nd rolls around, we are all gonna need a good distraction. The Election Distraction Auction 2024. Online bidding starts October 27th after the Fall Festival, and the live auction event is Saturday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. Put it on your calendars right now.
Tickets, though, go on sale today. See us at the table after service to purchase yours for $15 before the price goes up on October 27th.
But what we really need is everyone's donations of goods and services for our annual auction to be a success. Lori is handing out paper donation forms. There's also an online donation form on the auction website.
Get those donations in as soon as possible. Remember, donate early, donate often. The committee is happy to help you brainstorm ideas.
And let us know if you'd like to help out with the auction in any way. Thanks, Amy. We already wrote your name down in pen. It's one of UUMAN's most fun, fabulous, and unforgettable events of the year. Don't miss it. Buy your tickets today.
Now, we better get back to 4024 before these archaeologists are frozen forever.
Hey, look what I found. Some books called Singing the Journey, a supplement to Singing the Living Tradition. What's it say? It looks like a collection of songs, like a hymnal. On the back it says, Unitarian Universalist Association, year 2024.
Okay, this is definitely a cult or like alien stuff from outer space.
No, this is Unitarian Universalist Metro North Group, gathered 2,000 years ago. Bet they were Unitarian Universalist, a part of a larger group, possibly a religious domination known as Unitarian Universalist Association.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out.
Hey, that was lovely. Don't you feel much better?
Yeah, I like that.
I'd like to invite all of the kids to come read a story. Big kids, little kids, adult kids. have a story for you by Kobe Yamada. What do you do with an idea? One day I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, what do I do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much about it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. But it followed me. I worried what others would think, what people would say about my idea. I kept it to myself. I hid it away. I didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before the idea showed up. But there was something special and magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when I was around it. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger, and we became friends. It showed itself to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid if people would say, I was afraid of what people would say and if they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird and a waste of time and that it would never become anything at all. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they really know? It's my idea. No one knows it like I do, and it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it, to feed it really good food. I worked with it, I played with it, and most of all, I gave it attention. My idea grew, and so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could see all of the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, and I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me and showed me how to walk on my hands because, it said, it's good to have the ability to look at things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then, one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I didn't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now part of everything. And then I realized what you do with an idea, you change the world. The idea is different for everyone. And now we're gonna sing our kids out of service. Have a little sheet.
I wonder what these Unitarian Universalists did together and why.
Here's something else I found under a whole stack of these hymnals. It says these are joys and sorrows bowls. I wonder what they did with these.
I bet they had a ritual of some sort where people could share their joys and sorrows with one another. Perhaps a pebble could be used to represent a joy or sorrow that someone may have had.
That could be a meaningful ritual. As we now know, keeping one's emotions locked up inside can make one feel isolated and lonely. It's better and more emotionally healthy to share these emotions.
I wonder how they would carry out this ritual.
What should we say? What are you asking me for? How would I know what to say?
I'll make something up. I bet they would start off with saying something like this. Now it is a time in our service where the love that binds us together is spoken aloud. With the loving community of this congregation, we take the time to share with one another our joys and sorrows. If you're so moved, please feel free to come forward and drop a pebble into the bowl to express a joy or sorrow that you may have. For those of you attending via our live stream, please drop a joy or sorrow that you may have into the chat.
Good morning, I'm Ann Bender. I have a joy that Dirk and I were able to attend a rally last night that was given by folks who were interested in safe gun laws. It was Mark Kelly and Gabby Giffords were the speakers. And it's especially important to me because my friend Mary Reed was shot at the same event where Gabby was very badly wounded. And a young lady I work with attends Appalachia High School. So.
Good morning, I'm Dave Pregel. I actually have three. Haven't done this in a while. First, I'm going to be a grandfather for the 7th time. Secondly, my niece, after 13 years as an NCO in the U.S. Army, has just been promoted to second lieutenant, and she starts her master's program in psychology in Texas. She'll be down there for 3 years, so we're very proud of her. And the third is my nephew. He just graduated from communications school with the U.S. Army and is being deployed to the awful post in Hawaii.
This is a pebble of sorrow and compassion for my brother-in-law who lost his wife to end-stage Alzheimer's last Sunday. He told us that she passed away in his arms, and in those final moments, he told her it's all right to let go and become an angel. I thought those were beautiful parting words to the love of his life.
Good morning, I'm Gary Denning, I'm a member here. My joy is I just spent the week in Chicago with my older daughter, Jude, who recently graduated from University of Chicago, but does not have a job yet. So when I got an invitation to go to a career networking event in Chicago, and targeted at people like me, I told her she was coming with me. So as a total introvert, the last thing she wanted to do was to wade into a room of 200 people she didn't know. But she embraced the opportunity and made the most of it and made a few contacts. We'll see what comes of it, but it's just good to get her out of her shell, and it was good to spend time with her.
Hey there, I'm Tanya, and I'm a member of this congregation. You know, this is going to really sound weird. The last quarter of each year is a little difficult. There are lots of things that are anniversaries of. and I experienced the first Friday. It was the first anniversary of Jimmy's death. And for those that knew him, he was just a wonderful man, and I was very blessed to have him in my life for the 12 years I had him, because he was just fabulous. And on the 25th of this week, it's the anniversary of mine and Stevie's marriage. I lost Stevie 13 years ago to suicide, and we would have been married 32 years on the 25th. So please keep anyone suffering with depression in your hearts and prayers. And, you know, say hello to Jimmy. I know he'd love to hear from you.
I'm Joanna, and I have a stone of gratitude. I wasn't sure how to talk to my grandsons about the killings in the schools, and I know they have these drills and stuff. And the other day we went to Goodwill. They make some money, they go spend the money, and they wanted to buy guns, little plastic and all sorts of guns. And I just said, you know, the house rules that Mr. Doug won't let you have one at our house, your mama won't let you have one at your house, and I'm not gonna hide it for you to find a place to put. There's a part of me that says kids and guns and toys. And then we came up with this idea. I told them about the shootings and they were just astounded. And so we had a real story. But then I said, but I have a problem. We're going camping, and these squirrels just love to get in the food, crawl in the cars. I want you and Mr. Doug to figure out a way to keep the squirrels from taking over our campground, but you can't kill them or hurt them. Squirt guns. That's what they came up with.
I have a joy that I'm going to be in the Roswell Arts Day Festival, like, after this. So, yeah. It's at City Hall. Yeah.
And now I will drop one final pebble for all those joys and sorrows still too tender to escape the folds of our hearts. Let us keep one another in our thoughts for the coming week.
Here's a list of what people say they value.
Love, connection, wonder and awe, courage and justice.
Wow, these values match ours exactly. The community who worshipped here over 2,000 years ago were right on track.
Hey folks, I found something important. These hymnals don't only have hymns.
You found some clues that will help us find artificial intelligence?
I don't think so. It looks like a covenant of some sort, and then a code of ethics. It's dated 1984.
It says, we the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association covenant to affirm and promote
the inherent worth of dignity of every person,
justice, equity, and compassion in human relations,
acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations,
a free and responsible search for truth and meaning,
the right of conscience and the use of democratic process in our congregations and in the society at large,
the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all,
respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part.
You see, they're not a cult. A cult is indicated by unquestioned worship of a single leader and from the top down. Everyone follows that leader.
Sounds like some political parties.
No. Unitarian Universalist is the opposite of a cult. Apparently, congregations use the democratic process to make decisions on their behalf.
Also, they believe the inherent worth and dignity of every person. That goes without saying today.
And the fact that they had to articulate that meant that back in 2024, not everyone outside of Unitarian Universalism necessarily believed that.
Yes, the same could be said for the respect for the interdependent web of all existence.
Of course, we all know about the interdependent web, that everything affects everything else. Who doesn't know that now?
Yet in 2024, Unitarian Universalists had to articulate that.
Meaning not everyone back then believed in that.
Those are some primitive times back in the early 2000s.
Yet those UUs at UUMAN were ahead of their time.
UUs? UUMAN?
They're abbreviations I just made up. UU is a short I'm calling UU as a short way of saying Unitarian Universalist, and UUMAN is a Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North.
You know, I never noticed any of these UUMAN writings.
What?
Apparently they weren't required to profess or adhere to any specific religious creed or doctrine. Maybe they had a freedom of belief. They weren't told what to believe by some priest, pope, or minister.
That's what they mean by encouragement to spiritual growth and a free and responsible search for truth and meaning.
That means each individual UU could follow the particular spiritual path that worked for them.
To not be told what to believe puts a lot of responsibility on the individual UU. They're responsible for their own spiritual development.
Wow, they were truly ahead of their time. This looks interesting. It looks like some additional values that are part of the Unitarian Universalist Association.
With love at the center, the values are justice, equity, pluralism, interdependence, transformation, and generosity.
These are a bit different than the human values. Do you think they argued over this?
I doubt it. Love is in both the UUMAN and the UUA value list. So I'm sure there wasn't any controversy whatsoever.
Yeah, that much we know for sure.
I agree.
Okay. I'm suspicious of generosity being on the list.
Generosity can be interpreted in different ways.
Wait, are you suggesting that the UUMAN community might have relied upon the most ancient of relics in order to sustain itself?
What ancient relic?
Are you talking about money?
Money? Civilization did away with money over 1,000 years ago. Do you think they used money?
It looks that way. Among other things, they probably relied on the financial generosity of the congregants in order to sustain themselves.
What? Mind blown.
How do you think that worked? How would they ask for money? What are you asking me for? How would I know what to say?
I got this, guys. I'll make something up. I bet they would have started off by saying something like this. In an effort to fulfill and further the vision and mission of this congregation, we ask that our friends and members share their time, treasure, and talents. With this, we will now take the offering. You may give also using the Give Now option in the Breeze app. This month's 50/50 recipient is the SAM Foundation. The SAM Foundation is a suicide awareness organization that aspires to bring hope to the hopeless. Any checks or Breeze donations specifically designated to 50/50 will go directly to supporting their cause.
We accept this sacred offering generously given by our beloved members and friends. May we use it wisely and judiciously in service to our mission.
Now, please rise as you are willing and able and join us in singing hymn number 1018 in your soft blue hymnal.
have to get out of here. I'm supposed to be in a parallel universe at 11.
Oh, hey, we should probably extinguish that.
Yes, let's do it together.
Should we say something? Why are you asking me? How would I know what to say?
I've got this. I'll make something up again. I bet they would start off by saying something like this. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet together again.
Well, aspiring students, don't do as we do. We didn't find artificial intelligence. Who needs that old relic anyway?
No, we found something much more valuable, Unitarian Universalism.
What else should we say? Why are you asking me? How would I know what to say?
I'll make something up. I bet they would end the service by saying something like this. Go in peace and enjoy your week.